What is up, everybody? It is me, Living Brick, and today we're to be doing a Roblox Studio tutorial, actually. So yeah, so let's just get this all set up real quick. All right, so I noticed that I didn't see like a tutorial on how to make animated doors, so might as well make my own for you and show you how it's done. Now, I'm not talking about the doors that just like rotate off a hinge or stuff like that. I'm talking like special gates and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like when I looked up on like how to make animated doors, the first thing I saw was people just like making a door that like rotates into like, you know, from a hinge. But no. We want fully animated doors. So the first thing we need is a door to animate. So let's go ahead and like make one. I'm just gonna make like a standard simple one because for my game here, because I don't know, it just seems like the easiest. First thing you want to start out with is a base part. So where the part's basically gonna go, basically. So that looks pretty good like that. I'm just gonna carry it over here, and there we go. So now this could be the base part. I'm just gonna rename it base part because that's what we need. Base part, and there we go. Now you start making your door. All right, so now we have all the parts to the animated door. So this is good about what it's gonna look like when I like start animating it and stuff. But so now that we have our door, the next thing we need to do is put it all in a group. So once you group that, you should have like a one singular model. So when you're at your model, it's key to do is put the primary part as your base part, so it moves around from your base part. As you can see, now it will move from this part specifically. All right. Anyways, so it will move it from the base part. So now wherever the base part fits, it just kind of goes right there. So if I want it over here, then yeah. Alright, so now that we have our door, the next thing we're going to do is rig it, because we can't really animate this thing without like motor joints. Now you can do this manually by like going into base part and then adding a motor 60, or you can use the like plugins that you can get. I use the rig edit lights. So I select the model and then press edit rig. Then from there you want to use the Explorer tab and like go to the let's rename this like automatic door or something, or airlock door, because that's what it's going to be. Yeah, all right. So then you're go to base parts and then control select your next part, which I want to say base part to left door, and just simply click create joints. You don't want to create welds because that doesn't create animated parts. That just creates parts that will stay like it'll stay in like the same position combined with the part that it's welded to. I don't know how to explain it that much. So once again, you just want to click your base part and then your part you want to be animated to, and click create joints. Now all I'm going to do is finish creating joints, and then we'll move on to the animating. Alright, there. This is a very simple one because it's only consisting of like 4 animated parts. So it's not too advanced, and at the same time not too simple. So now that we have our base store right here, now it's fully rigged and stuff, we can actually start animating it. Now the base part here does not have to be fully fully visible. You can always turn the transparency to 1 and it'll still work the same. Do not anchor any of the animated parts, because in the animation it will give you an error saying, hey, you can't animate these. That's because they are anchored. You can anchor the base part and stuff. So I can switch this to anchored, so none of this will fall away. All right, let's get animating. So in order to animate this, you do not need the plugin, but you do need something else. One, you need the animation controller, because that is what it will be. For humanoids, you will animate off of the humanoid. So if I just create a second, if I create a rig real quick. So rigs animate off of humanoids. So if you go in here, this humanoid has humanoid, and that's where the animations load from. But for like objects that you want to animate, you have to use animation controller. All right, so now that we have the animation controller and our rig fully set up, it is now time to animate. So I'm just gonna go to the avatar. You could use this fancy plugin like Moon Animator, but I'm just going to use the avatar one for an example. So click your model and then click animation editor, or if it says this, then just click your thing again. Then we're just going to call DoorOpen. Sweet, now you begin animating. Alright, sweet, so we have our animation now. It's not the best animation, but it's just an example to show you guys what it's gonna be like looking like at the end. So yeah, this is the animation. Now you could make 3 different ones. This can be like the opening one, then you can make a loop one of this. But in all honesty, you only need like, if it's something simple like this, like, and if you can replay it backwards, you only need 1 animation. Because in the script, you can like pause it a little bit to where it's always opened at the end. Just in case, I'll add like a couple more keyframes right here, just to keep it open for a little bit longer. And there we go. So, yep. Then to actually start putting in the animation, you would like, all you have to do is publish it to Roblox, like a regular humanoid animation. I already have one, so I'm just going to overwrite it to airlock DoorOpen. Submit the button, close it. So let's go ahead and make our script now. So the first thing we want to do is get the animation controller so we can load the animation into it. So we're just going to call it AnimationController. Nice. Now you can just create the animation manually, but in script, I'm just gonna make it in there. So I'm just gonna do anim. Here we go. Now we have the animation, and now to actually get the animation, we need to load it into the animation controller. So we're gonna do local animation equals anim controller dot load animation. The animation we just created, or the one that you can just slap in here, and then paste the ID into. But it's up to you how you want to do it. Then we're going to just, after 3 seconds, play. There we go. Now if you run the game, it should open after 3 seconds. Boom. There's the door. So I guess I'll go more in depth now on how to pause the animation at a certain point. So if we go back in animation editor and curse this thing, let's just load this for right now. We're gonna create a point about like right here and add an animation event. I'm just gonna call it door fully open. There we go. Save. Then you gotta publish it back to the animation you submitted. Close this out. Go back in script. So we're gonna make a function called DoorOpen. Local function DoorClose. All true. So every 3 seconds, it's just going to open and close the door right here. That's what that means. So the first thing I want to do is play the animation. So we're going to do animation play. Then we're going to animation get marker reach signal. Door fully open. Then we're going to do animation set. Right. Okay, so it's animation adjust speed. I'm stupid. My bad. We'll put 0, because 0 means pauses. Now, you can't just do animation pause or something like that. I don't know why yet, but yeah, you're just going to have to put animation adjust speed to 0. And just in case anything happens, I'm just going to do animation stop, just in case it's having a glitch or something, and then we'll replay the animation for it to open. And there you go. So, oh wait, I have to put wait right here. So right now it's going to reset the animation and play it. Then it'll go to wait for the door to be fully opened. And then it'll pause it to that specific thing right there. So if we run it, you'll see that it opened and it stayed at its fully opened spot. Cool. Now we're going to close it with the same animation. How can you do that? You can't reverse the animation. Yes, you can. It just involves a lot of scripts. I know, scripts are so fun, guys. So we're going to make sure that the animation is at the end. So we're going to set the time position to the animation the length. So length is the total length of the animation track. So in the amount of seconds. Animation time position. It's just where it's gonna, like, where in the animation is gonna be. So like, is it on keyframe 1? Is it on keyframe 13? You know, it's just what it means, right? So now that it's playing at the end of the animation, we need to adjust the animation speed to be negative. So we're going to do -1. Then we just animation play. Boom. I guess we can also reset the speed here to 1 if we need to. Let's see what happens. Alright, so first it opens. Huh. That's weird. Alright, give me just a moment, guys, and I can solve this issue. Alright, guys, figure out the problem. Alright, so it wasn't like too bad. It was just the animation play had to be before everything happens. When you play the animation goes to the end, then plays backwards, and there you go. So yeah, that's all just using the same animation, and so it pauses at this specific point, then it will open. Now I'm gonna move this just to show you how it'll look at some parts. So the main problem with like animating doors is where it'll end up sometimes, you know. Why aren't you fitting in there? You should fit perfectly in there. There we go. Alright, so the problem is like animation doors will it'll probably go through objects. So you want to make sure that the parts would fit through like some of the stuff, or else it'll just kind of like collide with the wall, and then like hold on, let me show you real quick. So if your door just happened to be perfectly aligned with the wall, it'll do all this glitchy stuff, right? It's just because it doesn't know what to render first. So so make sure like you build your walker. Also, the ones that go up and down, be careful, because if the door just went up, it's gonna show right out of the thing. I have an airlock like door going left and right because I don't really have space to put the gates upwards and downwards. There you go. That's like a fully animated door. Obviously, there's clipping because I don't really animate it properly, and this is just a tutorial on how to show you guys. But yeah, there you go. I hope you guys like learn how to make more animated doors, and I hope to see more animated doors like this, mostly because like I don't see this stuff around most of the time. But honestly, I think this would be pretty cool to see every once in a while. Thank you for watching, and I hope to make more tutorials and maybe finish this game one day. If you're wondering what this is, don't worry, it's a surprise. Anyways, I hope to see you all later. Goodbye.